When it comes to the sights, the best one and the only one that I'm actually interested in is going to be the iron sights because it gives me more ergonomics. Don't get me wrong, you can pick up some of the other ones, but I honestly do not think it's worth it because you're not going to be scoped in as much with this weapon the way we're building it, which is very aggressive and just very consistent. And for that, iron sights is absolutely perfect. So that's what I'm going to pick up, and it's going to move up my ergonomics all the way up to 50. Underbarrels. Here, the task is pretty simple. We want to lower the recoil as much as possible. Now, you might ask, what recoil are we talking about? Horizontal or vertical? For me, the answer to that is pretty simple. That is going to be the vertical recoil. Take a look at the spread when we have no underbarrel, right? As soon as I swap it out to vertical foregrip, it jumps nowhere as high. On top of that, we do lose ergonomics when we go to vertical foregrip. However, we already got ergonomics from the iron sight, so it balances it out. And that's why these two are such a good combo. You get good recoil and ergonomics stay the same. Okay, now let's break down the muzzles because this is where this weapon gets crazy. Take a look at the spread right now and then look at the difference once we get to full choke. Guys, this is kind of crazy. And once you unlock full choke, you will see that your weapon is just going to act so much more different. It's going to be more consistent, and you're going to see that you're going to be getting way more one-shot and easier one-shot kills, such as, for example, if you're trying to kill warriors with headshots and so on, right? Which feels very, very good. Now, we also have the half choke here, and I'm going to be honest, this is just almost like a worse version of the full choke. Just take a look at the spread, and when we switch to full choke, you can see that the grouping is much better, which obviously means better consistency. And that's what we're looking for specifically with this build. Now, when it comes to the duck build, after testing it, this can be used if you're looking for a setup where you have a little bit of a spread. And with that spread, you're trying to hit a few enemies at the same time. But right now, that's not what I'm looking for. And to be honest, full choke for me is on a completely different level. And finally, the drum magazine. And this right here is a game changer. You get 26 in the magazine instead of 16. And now you might be thinking, Pip, is that really such a big deal? And yes, it really is. So let me break that down. Just to give you guys an idea. Breaker, Spray and Pray, and the Incendiary are both sitting at 26 capacity. So essentially, now you have the same amount of bullets per magazine. Now, the crazy thing here is that the Breaker Spray only has 30 fire rate more compared to the normal Breaker. However, guys, the normal Breaker has 330 damage, while the other have only 240. And yes, the Incendiary shotgun is one of my favorite weapons. The fire effect is extremely strong, especially now. But the fact that a shotgun like Breaker can now have the same amount of shots per magazine like these two other shotguns is awesome. Now, there is one thing that the Breaker Spray and Pray does better than both of these weapons, and that is it has a base amount of 8 magazines. So that is very cool. And honestly, I am going to be fully upgrading Breaker Spray as well. So stay tuned for that. Now, the first thing I want you guys to notice, look at how good the ergonomics is on the weapon, right? Look how quickly it recenters and how close it stays to the center actually, right? I'm talking about the circle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this weapon at full speed, and I'm not going to control the recoil at all. And you will see that the vertical recoil is actually very good, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not doing anything. I'm just full speed shooting the weapon, not controlling the recoil at all. And you guys can see that the vertical recoil is not an issue at all with this setup. For all the people that don't know, the way I like to test these weapons on max difficulty is that I don't like to bring support weapons with me. So we just stress test this specific weapon right here, okay? On top of that, keep in mind that right now I am on a Predator Strain planet. Yeah, it literally feels... Remember like how when this was first introduced into the game and the weapon felt absolutely amazing because we didn't really have much back then? Oh my god, dude, look at that, bro. It does such a good job with spewers, whatever it is in front of you, right? Like, as I said, predator bugs, whatever it is. As a primary weapon that is light armor pen, it deals tons of damage really fast. And that's the thing about this weapon, right? But right now, a light pen weapon, in order for you to use it, has to be on a different level. You know what I mean? Because there's so many good options in the game when it comes to explosives and plasma weapons and whatnot. And this weapon is on that level right now. We got a few commanders here. Look at that. I'm happy that they added this weapon customization stuff to the game. You know what I mean? I'm really happy, actually, because the game needed something like this so much. Not only did it add like progression for all kinds of players and something to chase, but it actually made the weapons feel so much better, man. And that is what this game really needed across the board. I do hope that they add more and more stuff. We also talked about this in the previous video. Yeah, as you guys can see, it gets the job done very easily. And for a light pen weapon, it's easily one of the best weapons in the game right now. So now let's take a look how it performs against the squids, right? And so you guys get a better idea about this weapon. What the hell am I looking at, bro? Okay, that's good. That was weird and concerning at the same time. But as I was saying, like against the squids, when it comes to like the melee enemies, zombies, flying enemies, whatever it is, it does a really good job because the base damage for a weapon that is light armor pen is very high. It's like 300, right? You can just very effectively push these guys, shoot them body shots, whatever it is. Now, obviously, when it comes to the meatballs, I don't think that any of the light pen weapons are that good. I will say that this is still better than the other ones because of the base high damage. We got a flying enemy right here. Just gonna go for body shots here so you guys get an idea how easy it is to take these guys out. Easy kills. It's so good to have this weapon back. Now, when it comes to the bots, right? Like when it comes to smaller enemies or these kind of type of enemies, it absolutely destroys them as well. And the cool thing is because the grouping of the bullets is much tighter with this build, it's kind of easier to land those headshots as well. Obviously not from like all ranges, but if you're in good range, you'll notice that you're going to need less shots to take out enemies. Now, is this going to be a perfect weapon for the bots? Definitely not, right? But I just want to show you guys how it does against them. I don't think that any shotgun in general feels like really good against the bots. And even if some of them did, apart from the plasma shotgun probably, but that really isn't a shotgun, right? But even if they did, I feel like there's just so many better options compared to the shotguns when you're fighting against the bots. Like these kind of enemies are simply not a problem. You know what I mean? Like they get absolutely deleted within seconds. It's literally a joke. Base damage is too high for these guys, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, Hulks are going to be an issue, so you got to find other ways to kill them. Support weapons, ultimatum, you know, thermites, whatever it's going to be. But overall, the thing is, if you're looking for a very consistent light pen shotgun that has 26 shots in the mag and does deal massive damage, then this is going to be a great pick. I'm working on a bunch of other weapons and some of them are actually pretty cracked. So we are going to be uploading those videos as well. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.